Davao City, Philippines. It is Tuesday morning, the 24th of March, and we've already had our coffee and pandesal, so we're ready for the day. And in this video, we wanted to share with you our trip from America, specifically Oregon, to Davao City. And it was a lengthy trip, it was, but we had a little bit of fun also, so those were the pictures that you've seen. But we also wanted to talk to you about some of the tips and tricks we think that worked for us, and maybe some of the pitfalls that weren't the greatest, and also what we think you should do if you're planning to move to the Philippines. And I'll start with plan. So the first thing we think you should do is plan. You should definitely visit the area that you're going to move to. It may not be Davao, it may be Cebu or Manila or wherever you want to go, but I think you should plan. And we're going to show you here in a bit some of the things that we did during our stay here. We definitely immersed ourselves in the culture. We hung out with family. We found out who our funny uncle was or who this person was, and really get to understand the people, the culture, and did the things that we like to do. So if you like to fish, maybe you should go fishing. If you like to karaoke, that's a big thing here. Maybe you should find a place to go karaoke. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it is that you do, maybe you should go experience that here in the Philippines. I say that because you're going to be making a life decision to move here, and you want to make sure that it's something that works for you, right? So plan. We planned for 3 months, and that was barely enough. I mean, barely enough. We pretty much ran up against the gun with selling household goods, figuring out what things we want to put in our ballot buy-in boxes. And if you don't know about that, maybe you should research that. You're going to need to send some things back that matter to you. Also, what about your important documents?
Yes.
Those are probably some things that you really want to make sure that you keep with you, right? So you want to figure out your suitcases and all of those things. There was just so much stuff happening at one time, and we crammed it in the 3 months. But we don't suggest that you do that because, well, that was tough. But we did. Then it was the cost of the boxes, so you factor that into the cost. You factor, of course, your flight and all of those things, where you're gonna stay. We chose to ask relatives. We didn't have them, but we asked them to help us look for a location. So if you have relatives that can help you look at locations and condos or a home, that may be extremely helpful. It'll help to a point, right? So they'll be able to do the talking for you and the negotiating for you as they did for us. One thing they can't do is tell you how many cats are fighting in the middle of the night bouncing off your window. That's one thing they can't do. And if you have a lot of stray dogs jumping fences and things like that, that's a whole nother video we can get into, but it's part of the Philippines. So welcome to the Philippines. So another thing is, what kind of internet and those things. There's been a ton of videos out there about that, but you'll want to make sure that you cover these bases because, well, guess what? You're coming across however many miles, 9,000, 7,000, 12,000, whatever people are doing, right? It's going to be stressful. Yes, you're seeking bliss. Yes, you're seeking a peaceful life and a change from where you're at, but it's going to be stressful, right? All the way from your flight being delayed, or maybe your bags being lost, like mine were the last time for 4 days of our visit. But there's going to be stress. You don't want to add stress by not doing your research. So we are different because we were married for 20 years, been together while I was in the military, all of those things. And she is a natural born citizen, and we are coming back here, right? Or she's coming back here, I'm coming with her. Now, if you're just a single fella or gal, I don't suggest that you do the whole Charlie Brown thing and put your stuff in a bag over your shoulder and fly here without doing your due diligence, because you will be disappointed in some of the things that you encounter, right? So just do your research, know where you're going, know what you want to do, and then execute. So that goes back to plan. Make sure you complete that e-travel, the Philippines e-travel, within the 72 hours of traveling. And I'll give you a little tip. If you have children traveling with you, they need to have it as well. Or you'll be like me, rushing for a flight because we were late. Our first flight was delayed, and they were trying to get us to our next flight, which we missed. That's a whole nother video. But I'm standing there at the immigration gal and our customs and trying to explain why he didn't get his e-travel done. Luckily, they were nice to me. I'm a foreigner. Just say sorry. That's a pro tip. They were nice to me and just told me to do it later. But you'll want to make sure that you do that. So again, how many bags are you checking? Do you know? Do you know what the airline stipulation is on the weight? I'll say that because it's funny, because I was 52 pounds over on one bag. 54 pounds. So she made me take that 4 pounds out and put it in another bag. Now, we only got 2 bags checked each, right? So 2 bags checked each. So I'm doing the shuffle-roo, and I put some in this bag, it goes over, and then I finally get everything done. We had a total of 9 bags. But again, we can only check 2 bags each. Do the math, that's 6 bags. Right? So we check 6 bags after she makes me do the shuffle-roo, and then she says, and we can check the rest of your bags for free. It's like, why didn't you say that in the beginning? But not my issue. She was having a bad day, but we got her to smile, so we got free check bags. But again, remember, if you have important documents, don't do like I did and be like, yeah, take all the bags. And then she took your important documents. You're on a plane the whole time like, oh my gosh, my birth certificate, yeah, you don't want that. That's a bad thing. So we think you should prepare a lot. We think that you should have family members, if you have them here to help you. But if you don't have them here, maybe you get an agent, because I realize everyone's not like us, and you may not have family here. The last thing I'll talk about is the SRRV visa or the 13A visa or whatever kind of visa you're going to want to do. You're going to want to know that, because when you fly out here, you get a 30 days, right? And you can keep renewing your time, your tourist time here, but you probably want to know which way you're going to go. Yeah. If you're single, you're not married to a Filipina or Filipino, you want to know those things. Again, because that's going to be added stress, right? If you are married to a Filipina or Filipino, then you can get what's called the balikbayan visa, which I got, which is a 1-year visa stamp, right? And that gives you the chance to figure out what you're going to do. Me, I'm going to do the military visa. I'm a retired E8 from the Army for 20 years. So I get the military SRRV. To me, it makes the most sense. I hired an agent to help me do the paperwork because I don't understand the system. I suggest you do the same thing as well. But that's what I'm going to do. But you'll need to know what it is that you want to do. So be prepared there. Other things that you might not think about is the products that you like to use, right? We have found that,
so many different.
Man, like, what's with the Snickers, man? I'm not knocking the Philippines, bro, but like, what's wrong with y'all Snickers? Is it the real sugar or real chocolate? I don't know what's going on. I'm a Snickers guy, but I'm not anymore, because their Snickers is not the same. And that's not to take away from the Philippines, right? What I'm saying is, their stuff is just different. It's just different, right? So the foods you like to eat, be prepared that they're going to be different. There are Western foods that you can eat, but if you're on a diet or you have a special diet, just be aware that you may have to tweak it a little bit. Know what kind of medication, how to get your medication, all those things. And I did say the other thing was the last thing, but this is the last thing before we share with you more of our journey here and what we did while we were on vacation and experiencing the Philippines. Now, that's healthcare. Healthcare is a big one, I'm sure everyone would agree, right? We were able to figure out that TRICARE is here, and we were able to figure out copay or no copay, things like that. And for us, there's no copay. But again,
it's part of researching.
Yeah, it's part of researching, right? You don't want to come here if you know you got arthritis and you this, that, or you need your favorite sports cream or whatever the case may be. I'm just joking with that. But you need to know, how are you going to take care of yourself if you fall down an escalator that's not moving when you go to the mall because you thought it was moving but it wasn't moving and you fail, right? That's something that could really happen, because it almost happened to me, right? Because things like that, it's just different here, right? But if you get a bee sting or this or that, you want to know about your health care. You want to know where the closest hospital is and how you will be treated, because if you don't, it could be an issue. So we wanted to share a few things like that. These are kind of introductory videos for us, and we just wanted to kind of share with you our journey from America to Davao City, Philippines, and what it looked like. So enjoy the following pictures.